So tonight I wanted to do just a very basic single set mani so I can talk about the new Color Play Club. So tonight I'm doing Meta Strong, and I'm just going to try to do it straight. I thought it was really gorgeous on its own, so we're going to go for that. So the Color Play subscription box program is now changing to Color Play Club. And so the things that are staying the same, still going to have exclusive strips. It's still going to come with a brochure, and the shipping is still included. The price is also staying the same. And then they are getting rid of the bonus gift, but it sounds like sometimes they will do it. They will still send the bonus gift, so I don't think the packaging is changing. They're keeping that same box so they can throw in stuff when they want. And we're still getting lipsticks for the next few months, I think through July. I wrote it down here somewhere. I thought, anyway, we'll come across it. So we're still getting the lipsticks. Packaging staying the same. Some of the things they're adding, though, which I think is really cool. So they're adding a members-only shopping area, which I think is a really good idea because that's a way for us to, if we have a set that we really like from the sub box, we can get more of it, but it still keeps it exclusive. Because that's one of the big things, is that they're exclusive sets. So I thought that was pretty brilliant. And then we also get a product credit with it. Sorry, it's hard for me to think and do. I thought, oh, this will be basic, and I can just go for it. I guess it takes a little thought to lay out my strips. So product credit, for each box that you do, you get $5 credit, and you can spend that in the Color Play store, their exclusive store. You can spend it. You can't use it on... There's certain things you can't use it on, and we'll get to that. But yeah, $5 per box as a product credit that you get. And then for your birthday, you get $10 when that rolls around. And then for every 3 consecutive boxes that you fulfill, so if you don't cancel or skip at all, then you get a $15 credit. So over a year, I kind of did the math, that's $130 in product credit that you can use on stuff. So that's pretty cool. So then, of course, I had to do the math of, well, how much am I spending on my sub box in a year, which I shouldn't have done that, but it's fine. So each box for me is, so it's $30 plus tax. So mine's usually $30 and, what is it? $30.18. I did my math a bit ago, and so I'm trying to remember what the heck I was doing here. So, but just the 30 times 12, so without tax, it's $360 over the year. So that's pretty cool. So 130 of that is additional Color Street, which it's already a great deal. The price of the strips for the sub box, it's already pretty great that way. But you add your tax, so that's another $26.16. So over the course of a year, it's $386.16, at least for me. I don't think the tax varies, but I don't know if, it depends on your state or something. For sure, this is US. I'm in the US, so if you're in Canada, obviously your cost is different. I'm sure I can't speak to that. I don't know much about it there, so I did not center that. So one thing I was concerned about with the product credits is if they expired really quickly, because I know like a year and a half ago, a little bit ago, they did a gift card as the sub box gift, and it was only good for it expired at like the next month after, at the end of the month. And so it was kind of like, oh, now I gotta buy. And I was worried that with these credits, it was going to be that you had to turn around and use them right away. And then in that case, it's just something that's making you spend more, right? Because you're going to have to be putting in an order every month or whatever, every month or two. But they're actually keeping them all good for 12 months. So I love, and you can stack them. So that makes it pretty, you can wait until you have enough to do like a buy 3, get 1 order, or however you want to use them. So I'm really excited about that. I think that was that's a really pretty set, just basic And this is not a hard one to come by. It is retired, but if you keep your eye out on D-Stash, I've seen them going really cheap. It is not an uncommon set, but I thought it was pretty. It's one I've had in my stash for a bit. Okay, I didn't end up using that. So let's see, what else can we talk about it? So if you're already signed up, you were auto-signed up for the new club. You just need to go in and add your birthday, and I think that probably won't become available until the new program launches, so I'm guessing June 1st-ish. So hopefully they email us or something, but so you'll need to put your birthday in. So one thing if that gets interesting, so if you're gonna change stylists at all, you have to cancel to switch. You can't just switch over. So it could get interesting if for some reason, you know, your stylist is no longer selling or whatever. I wonder how that's gonna work if your sub box will just transfer to a different stylist, or but if you like go to change to a specific stylist, you're gonna have to cancel. And so yeah, so that something to think of, because if you cancel your product credit, you either got to use it before you cancel, or it's gonna just go away when you cancel. You'll lose all that product credit, and then you'll also lose, like if you had a consecutive streak going towards that 3 months, that will also reset. So something to take into consideration if that, you know, ever becomes a concern for you. And then, oh, here's the part about lipsticks. It's like buried in my messy notes. So we're still getting lipsticks for June and July. So yeah, so I was correct. And May, which has already passed. So we're still getting the lipsticks as they clean those out. They're coming out with new lipsticks. So yeah, so you'll still get those. And then if you will automatically be canceled if you skip 6 consecutive months. Your credit card is declined for 2 or more months. It'll automatically go away. And then here's the bit about the Color Play. So you can use, so the Color Play cash, your product credit, you can use it towards vault sets in our special vault. You can use it for swag and exclusive products. So I wonder if there's going to be extra fun things that are only available to us, or if it's going to mostly be, I imagine they'll put a few things in there, I hope anyway. And then maybe if we get access to buying, you know, some of the free stuff from previous boxes, that'd be really cool, which I didn't even realize, like I'm obsessed with this mat, and I can't even tell you what it is I love about it, but I just took to it when I got it. When I got it at first, I was kind of like, I think it's, I don't know, it just seemed kind of pointless, but I really like it. So, and as you can see, I'm going to do my pedicure after this, and I'm going to use that strip, and I just stick it down on the mat versus worrying about getting it on a backing again, and I'll be able to just peel it off and stick it where I want it. Anyway, I like it a lot, so it might be nice to be able to get another one of those at some point. And they did have them out again, but I didn't need one at the time, so I didn't get one. But it's nice to know, you know, maybe we'll be able to get some of those if there's a product we really liked, that we might be able to get that. And then let's see. Okay, here's the part. So it's not valid on deals and offers, your credit. It's not, you can't use it back towards your Color Play box. Okay, so this middle finger is a little bit small. So I'm going to just stretch. This should stretch okay because it's a glitter. It's going to be pretty forgiving of that. That's the thing, doing a single set. It's a little tight with my larger fingers. Anyway, so you can't use it on deals and offers. You can't use it back on your Color Play box. And you can't use it on select items. And I don't know if that's been released, what that is yet. And you can't use it on a party link, but you can still use it with your stylist on there. And I don't know if they get credit back on it or how that works. If they get like personal volume PV on it, or how exactly that works, but I would assume so. I don't think so. Hmm. So yeah, so good on regular priced items and the Color Play store. So, but either way, like, that's gonna be cool to have. It's like shopping you have to do. It's like I gotta spend my credit. So I'm kind of excited about that. Ooh, I should have stretched that a little more. You know, this set would probably, you would probably be able to cut, like I showed on my last one, where you cut like a small strip and stick it on the edge. You would probably be able to pull that off with, if you lined up the colors, make sure to do that. I may still do that for that gap there, or just ignore it. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, so that's kind of the new Color Play. Sorry, that felt kind of like scatterbrained. I wrote these notes out and then didn't get around to sitting down to, yeah, I think I'm gonna patch that to film in it. And it's like hard to talk, and I thought, oh, this will be simple. I'll just do a basic mani so I can talk about this, but apparently it's hard. I think the real fancy way to do it would be to talk about it and just like put the sound over this video. But oh, that lined up like perfectly. Oh, cool. Ah, you can't even see it. Cool, that worked out good. So I even did that on top. I didn't layer under. Usually I would layer under if I know that I'm gonna have a gap like that. Okay, that worked really good. This is not perfect, but I will clean it up after. So, and then I'll mention what June's box is going to be. And I'm excited for this one. I feel like it's an area in my stash that I don't have, like I don't have any palm tree sets, actually, I don't think. So I think this will be hopefully a good addition to my stash, but the theme is vacation mode. And the little snippet about it is transport yourself to the Caribbean Isles with a selection that evokes the glimmering natural opulence and euphoric energy of a tropical getaway. And if you've looked at the picture, it's got like I'm trying to remember the colors, it's got like an orange, sunset-y looking kind of thing. I think there's like some mountains and then, yeah, palm tree right across it. So I'm expecting something with palm trees. And I think they've gotten better lately at matching. Their cover used to kind of be, may or may not be related, but I think they've gotten better at that. So I'm excited for that theme. So, and this month, May's box, tie-dye, not like a big tie-dye, but I think all those sets as accents are gonna be just like pretty awesome. So, and they're really just pretty sets, so I think that's okay. I'm just flattening this end for my square thumbnail beds. My orange stick is trying to roll away. So yeah, so I think they're changing the name. They're making it a club. I do like that. That kind of vibe is kind of fun, like that we get access to some exclusive things. And just, it feels cool to be part of a club. Like that was my favorite thing as a kid. One of my favorite things as a kid. You're like, we're making a club. Make a club about anything just for like just seems cool. So I will clean these up after. Just kind of get them slapped down here. I'm glad they're not changing the price. This would be like, I feel like a time when they could potentially do that. I'm glad they're not doing that. You know, when they're changing things anyway. I'm a little bit sad to see the free item, but also like a lot of times the free item doesn't really matter. And a lot of them are, you know, just depending. It's kind of like, oh, I may or may not use that. I've really liked when they've done like the cuticle oil or just, you know, like samples of some of their other stuff. I kind of wish they did more of that, but I kind of got into the products and some of the things that I was like, ooh, I don't know what the point of this is, like this matte. I was kind of like, oh, you know, but I really got to like it. And if you guys remember oh my gosh, what are they called? The cup. The coasters, oh my gosh, the tropical coasters that came with the garden party one. Those, I really like those. At first I was like, oh man, what am I gonna do with coasters? But they're the only 4 that we have in the house, and that's just the perfect number. I have a couple where we have drinks usually, and the rest, you know, available to get out when you need them. But okay, I will clean these up. But isn't that just a pretty, I feel like maybe an underrated set. It's one that we've seen around a lot. That's kind of maybe just showing up as like all silver, but that's just pretty. I'm excited to wear that. And I'll put a good top coat on there. I feel like that kind of like stretched weird on that. You're kind of like seeing. It's definitely the older style glitter where it's sheer. Like you could layer something under this, and I felt like it would. Well, let's compare. That it would change the color above. Let's see if we can. That's hard to see. You can see that definitely changed. Like when I stick my. It definitely changes the color. Like this pink changes the shade of it. So yeah, it's that older style of really sheer glitter. I wonder, you could probably make this really pop if you put it over like another silver or white maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll try that with some of my leftovers. But I'm going to attempt to do a pedicure right after this. So I'm trying to get a schedule down to have a video. I was doing every Monday, but now I'm trying to do like every Monday and Thursday because I think I'm making enough videos to do that. So we'll see how that goes for a while. Anyway, so the next one after this will probably be the pedicure video where I'll show you how I use a lot of these like leftover, like partial ones. And then I like to do it right after with whatever I have. And then, you know, I have plenty here because toes do not take very much. Big toe. Anyway, so you guys can, if you're interested, tune into that. If you don't like feet, just skip that video. So anyway, thank you for tuning in, and hopefully that made sense. I feel like I was, again, not that organized, but my notes were very organized. Woohoo! Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a great day or evening, and I'll see you next time.